And then I'll hit record. Alright, it's live.
All right.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. I wish I was this smart about uploading as well.
Oh, right. You forgot to do that again, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a
Whoops.
busy week. It's gonna be a busy few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like half my department out. Plus,
Oh,
I'm
no.
doing tasks from people who are out from other departments
Mm-hmm.
for like probably like 3 weeks. It's gonna be a nightmare. And then like my free time afterwards, the Weiss players have finally started going, hey, on days not the regular league, instead of going and hanging out at the guy's house who's like the far end of town from you, we're just gonna go to the regular store and just hang out at the store that's like in a central location for everyone. I'm like, thank God. I can go. I can play Weiss on
Nice.
more than just Saturday, and I'm excited.
Nice.
I was
Cool.
working on an idea for a Nanohood deck that is interesting. It didn't work exactly how I wanted because of trait stuff that no one's gonna understand what I'm talking about.
Mm.
But the gist of it is you run standby, which is a new trigger that lets you summon characters higher than your level to the field, but they come in rested. But there's a level 1 combo where you can pay 1 and stand a character when you play the combo. So that way you can early play a character, then stand and use it immediately. Unfortunately, you can only use the character, you can only stand magic characters, and the whole idea was because the deck it was in, I wanted to put in a deck that shouldn't use it. That would make it memey because the characters are other stuff, but unfortunately they are weapon and formula trait and not magic, so I can't stand them. So I'm just running the climax without the thing that stands them, because most decks just run the climax without anything that stands them. So it's just I don't get my little bonus I was looking for it. And now we'll get back to stuff people will understand.
Mm. No, I understood that. It was all
Yeah,
crystal clear.
Yeah, it makes
Totally understandable.
tried to do a deck thing. Still doing the deck thing. It's just not as broken as I thought it was because of character traits, which makes lots of sense actually. That's a very easily understandable thing to be stood.
Mm-hmm.
Better than that sentence.
Yeah.
So, what have you been up to?
Oh, what have I been up to? Oh, some shows finished this week. That's what I've been up to.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, I got the final episode of Sarah's and My.
Ooh.
It's so good. I love the little gay Kappa boys. They're so good.
Did you cry?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's worth it to watch.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, Make Me Cry is a low bar these days, but, still.
That's a mood. I don't know what happened. It's like anime makes me cry like a baby though. Like fucking place further than the universe.
Oh, yeah, that makes everyone cry. So.
I cried out like 7 out of the 13 episodes, and a few of them I cried multiple times.
Yeah, same.
That's a
Oh, that show's so good.
it's a good
I
emotion.
can never watch it again. It'll destroy me if I do, but it's so good.
Mood. I can maybe watch it with someone else because I can hide my crying behind the sounds of their tears. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, Sarah's and My was so good. It was, you should watch Sarah's and My. It's a really good show.
I'll just
That's
add
like
it to my other
Yeah.
50 shows. I still
It's only 11 episodes, so it's a little bit shorter than other ones, so no problem.
I just don't know why I haven't been good at watching stuff. I actually think it's probably a lot to do with uh, like working at a computer all day. I think the number one
Oh, yeah.
reason I've gone so into like books is because I'm just away from like a bright glowing screen.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I don't have like
I've had-
migraines nearly as much.
Yeah, I've definitely had situations like that of like, oh, this job has me doing this, so I don't want to do anything even adjacent to that. Oh, it's understandable. So yeah, the other show that finished up was Dororo,
Hmm.
which was
I haven't
a pretty.
gone to
It
any
was-
of these pages. I'm so good at this.
That's okay. Yeah, Dororo was okay. Like the ending was all right. I liked a lot of the build up to it. The last episodes before it, last like 2 or 3 before it were really good.
Hmm.
But the finale, it was like pretty good. I don't know what I wanted out of it, but overall I kind of liked it. But yeah, it was a cool show. It was,
Alright.
Yeah. Then mostly what I watched this week was Flying Witch. Watching a bit more of that.
I saw
Been
you
watch-
did a bit more than just watch.
Yeah, I wrote that fic as well. Wrote a short fic of it. I have a couple ideas for a few more things.
I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet. I really need to.
That's okay.
It's
You're
not
not missing
enough.
much, honestly.
It's not enough. Flying Witch
Yeah.
fix.
True. Well, I have a second one like half written, so you'll soon have even more to read. But yeah, I mostly like that show. There's this like one thing that I feel like maybe I'm being too critical of this show because like this isn't something it's trying to deal with at all. But like the way the characters use magic at times feels like super irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
Or like it's like feels like they're using it in real like bad ways. Like at one point Akane like casts a spell on some snacks and Makoto eats them and then she's just crying for an hour.
It's
And
always the big sister though that does the irresponsible stuff.
well, sometimes but, like
Majority.
yeah.
So
But
you
then,
can
like-
you can understand her younger sister's bad influence.
Mm. Yeah, but then there's like in one of the episodes they talk to this old woman and she talks about how like, oh, she knew a witch and the witch taught her charms and she like used the charm to get a husband. And like, whoa, wait, what? That gets kind of weird when you think about it. It's like
I don't
getting into weird consent stuff.
Yeah, I
and
don't
then-
remember if they actually say like she used the charm on him to get a husband or just to get a husband. It's up to your imagination. It could be like,
Mm,
oh, I used a charm to like be able to get to this place where I met him or something.
yeah, I
Right, like
don't know.
not
That's-
necessarily. Oh, it's a love potion thing.
Mm,
It could be like,
I don't know, the way it is in the anime, it made it definitely
yeah,
like they didn't explicitly say what it is, but it definitely felt like they were leaning
I don't-
towards like love potion kind of stuff.
yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Mm.
I don't at all. So that's why I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I must have just assumed whenever they said that there's something like glamour charms, like makeup, not like.
Maybe, I don't know.
Mostly because I think the other chimes we see mostly act like that. Or maybe it's just
I
like a
don't know.
good luck chime. But I mean, that's
maybe.
still, I guess, if your luck is like, I don't know, you'll run into the person you like or something, maybe? Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, that's,
I don't know.
when it's vague, it's a little uncomfortable for sure, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just been a weird thing in the show of like most of the time when magic comes up, it's like I'm not totally comfortable with how they're using this. It's weird.
Yeah.
But when they're just like hanging out, it's a great show. I like that part. So yeah, I'm like 9 episodes in on that, I think. So I'll probably finish that sometime this week. But yeah, oh, that's all the stuff I've been watching this week. So yeah, what about you? What have you been up to this week?
No manga for you or anything?
Nah, no manga. I haven't been buying any recently.
Alright. For me, I guess, well, I watched and finished the first half of the Young Justice Season 3, finally,
Nice.
because the second half is about to start, I think, July 2nd? So I'm really excited for that. Ruby After the Fall comes out tomorrow.
What is Ruby After the Fall?
It is the Team Coffee book, set after...
Oh.
or between season 3 and whenever they next show up in the show. So it's like what they've been doing in parallel to Ruby's current time.
Interesting.
Yes. So that comes out tomorrow. I read a few chapters of Gajitsuka Art Design class, but not much. There was a Chinese webcomic I found that was about adult lesbians
Oh,
and
nice.
BDSM, where I got kind of dubious consent vibes going, so I don't think I'm gonna keep reading because it doesn't really get anywhere. It's like building up still, but it starts playing off that almost like, oh yeah, one works for like some genetics company, the other's a police officer, but then one person starts referring to the police officer as like TO4. It's like, wait, is she like a subject without knowing? Is this a social experiment? And the other girl who's like wooing her is just always like to herself, like saying I'm sorry. I'm just like, yeah, no, this is getting uncomfortable. I just won't pick it up again when it keeps going. Beside that, I read 2 volumes of Shoujo Kishiden X Night Tale, which is a sort of gay sports series about heavy combat, which is like knights fighting. Unfortunately, it ends at 3 volumes, and there's no way for it to get a nice ending from where it is.
Oh, no.
That's the problem with sports manga, is it takes a lot to really set it up. And, like, it takes a lot of ongoing for it to go, because you have to travel to, like, the tournaments and stuff and training. And it's very character focused, so if they end up getting cancelled early on, you can't have a satisfying ending, like, no matter what.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. But I'll keep reading it till it's done, because it's enjoyable. I read 2 more chapters of Hana Nihirashi. They're translated. That I hadn't caught up on yet. They're cute. And then I just started, before we started this, reading the Gun Gale light novel, Volume 1.
Oh,
Because I've had it for a while, and I'm getting really hard back into those ships. I'm reading it so I can write more fic.
Nice.
I wrote that one fic, and I was like, I'm back on this train! It helped, too, that Gun Gale came out as a set in Weiss, so I've been playing that as well. So every time I play that deck, I'm like, I wanna go read Gun Gale fics. Oh right, no one writes any. I might have like single-handedly convinced 3 people right before we started to watch it though.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's good.
really selling it to them. They're like, ooh, this sounds great so far. And they're like, oh yes, there's also Pito Hui. And I just post like the image of her with like the smug face looking down with the dark background. They're like, oh, of course you would choose that picture. It's like, I know what you want. Come on, watch it please. It's good. I need to sell it to more people. I need to get more people into this ship and writing for it. Please.
Yeah.
Please. But yeah.
Maybe someday I will watch that show. Someday.
Oh, it's so good and gay.
Mm,
Do
maybe.
you want to hear an excerpt from it?
Sure. Hit me.
Okay, because this is just really cute, okay? So, background, one of the characters is 6 foot in real life. She's a 6 foot 19-year-old, and she has a height issue, a height complex.
Oh,
So she starts playing GGO because she gets a small, cute avatar. That's literally it.
Oh.
But apparently those are really rare in the game.
Mm.
So whenever she walks around town, people are like, oh, she's tiny, oh my god, and stuff. And so this is like one paragraph from it, because she's adorable. With each comment, it became harder for her to keep her mouth under control, and she didn't like people seeing her grinning like a madman, so she started covering her mouth with a bandana.
Mm.
She's just so happy to be playing this game in this world. It's so nice. And then she makes a girl fall in love with her by biting out her jugular. That's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Only kind of.
Kind of. Spoilers. Not really, but it's been out for a while. I think when it was airing, I talked about it a lot and spoiled a lot. Because that season, I think I just talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you talking about it. I don't remember much of it. Much of actually what happens in it, though.
Either watch it or read the light novels. The manga's okay too, but it's coming out way slower, so.
I would most likely watch it then.
Alright. The light novels, you can watch it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the first 3 light novels, and then light novel 4 comes out in like 2 days.
Ooh.
So you can binge it all, then buy the light novel that picks up where it ends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get right on that.
I'll be doing that. Well, I'll be binging through them with a little break for after the fall. I've got so many books. I've made some mistakes with my expensive.
She made some choices.
Yeah. So the order is really worried that I duplicated and bought twice. There's a bunch of $2 books here because there was a sale, so I just bought stuff that looked interesting. One I think might have been a mistake. It was like 442. It was about the Japanese squad in World War II, which I've always been kind of interested in because they were kind of given really really shitty jobs. And I'm like, I like history stuff. It was $2. I'll get it. I got it here. It says on the back, like, it's the teen imprint. It's for ages 12 and up. I'm like, oh, this might not be what I thought it was, because I thought it was like historical. This might just be some fictional story about some random fake soldier in the squad. So I'm just like, I don't know about this now. But it's only $2, so
what's the worst that could happen?
exactly. I can just get rid of it if it's bad. And then I got some other stuff for $2. Like, yes. Wait, this is. Oh, I might have messed up again. There's another $2 one here that I thought was standalone, but on the front it says a Signal airship novel. It might be a series.
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't have.
Now you have to buy all of them.
Yeah, see, I made that mistake with the Dinosaur Lords. Book 2 was $3, and I got like book 1 really cheap on Amazon, but then it never showed up, and they just gave me a refund, so I have to find it to buy something else again. So I still haven't gotten to read it. I waited months and it never came. Yeah, this is the first edition. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. This would hopefully be the first book in the series then. But besides those, because I didn't expect to duplicate any of those, I got some light novels, which is the ones I thought I had duplicated. I also got a Robert C. Cargill book. He's the guy who wrote the whatchamacallit movie. The one everyone hates. The Marvel movie everyone hates because they say it sucks, but I thought it was really neat because it was different from all the other Marvel movies. Doctor Strange. He did the script for Doctor Strange, I believe. And he used to be a video game, like, he made his name writing reviews for video games online, I think. Anyways, the light novels I got, Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? Because I was told, well, there's still a bunch of male characters and stuff. It's almost like a female power fantasy. Like, it's a male power fantasy, but written with a female character. Which, you never really get for female characters, so I was really intrigued, and I got them all for like $6. I got 1 to 4. These are a lot bigger than I thought. I've got this huge stack to work through. They're all like, let me see here. They're all over 300 pages at least. So this is like 1,200 pages of this light novel. Geez. So hopefully I'll like it. I've still got all my others to get through. I still have to get through Clockwork Planet, Boogie Pop, which I got the omnibus, the first one. I'm working through Gun Gale. I've got so many good stories to read. But yeah, I was really worried I bought two sets of I lucked I didn't. They have a bunch of other stuff though. They had like Rage of Bahamut or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But they had like 1 and then like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay full price for you. Does I not know? So I think 1 was like a damaged copy. It wasn't just a cheap copy. They tell you if they're damaged or not, like, and they make them a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do have some 7 Seas manga on the way as well. I'm finally getting some more issues of Girl from the Other Side.
Oh, yes.
Except I think I skipped some issues, so I can't actually read past yet.
Oh, no.
But I know I want to catch up on that one, so I figured getting the farther volumes while I can really cheap would be a good idea, right?
Yeah. It's so good. Oh. I just saw that the next volume comes out in August. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think I got volumes 4 and 5, so I have to pick up 2 and 3 still. I got volume 5 for $4.92 US.
That's very good.
Actually, that's Canadian. That's even better.
Nice.
Actually, no, is that better or worse? No, yeah, that's better. US would be lower. But yeah, I also got another Tomo-chan volume because those are coming out in some new game and My Monster Secret. 7 Seas stuff tends to go up on this site more than other publishers because I think other publishers have different return policies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what shows up, return policies do play a part because I very rarely see Orbit books, but I see a lot of like tour books and stuff on there. Torrent Phoenix publishers and Seven Seas. I'll see a lot of, and then every once in a while I'll see like a Kodansha or something, but I very rarely see Yen Press or Viz show up. So I think it's all based on return policies. Yeah, there's a decent amount of DC too, but there's like no Marvel. I think I've seen one Marvel thing ever, and it wasn't like a comic imprint. It was like some kid's short story novel or something that was licensed out, so it might not have even been published through Marvel, so who knows. But yeah, I'm doing some light novel and manga hunting, which I haven't done in a while, which is fun.
Yeah.
I got a ton of series to catch up on. Jesus Christ. I've got so many to catch up on. I've been good at not starting more though, so.
Well, that's good.
Well, too many. I've started a few light novels, of course. Like, didn't I say to make my abilities average? But I got 4 volumes for about $24. And one volume new is, let me check the back of this. $17 usually. So that's like 4 for the price of 1.5.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I'll take those risks to see if I like it or not, and take up my shelf space. That's also why I'm buying like the Clockwork Planet volumes at that price. I may as well.
Oh no. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been having a good time because I'm reading a bunch of light novels, a whole bunch, and then I read a true crime book too. But that's not as fun. I'll stick to. Well, I mean, it was neat because it was like a lot of historical cases and stuff and stories.
Yeah.
It told a lot about like differing times in Canada. Like, oh yeah, this murderer got away with this murder, or well, he got life in prison instead of the death sentence because of anti-Semitism.
Oh.
But the way it played out was specifically interesting because it's like it was specifically like a push. His lawyer like push kind of like, oh yes, the Jewish people would want him to live too. They don't want it wrong. Hint, hint. And then it put the pressure on the Jewish communities to go like, yeah, give him life in prison, not like the death penalty, because then that way they can be like, no, see, we're good. We're not all like. They had to play it towards all the people who hated them to be nice. Like it played on those kind of like just the sort of political maneuver around that was interesting to read about. There's a lot of cases like that. Parents going to a faith healer and going absolutely insane and murdering their child thinking she's possessed by the devil. Not so fun.
Oh no.
But yeah,
I hate to see it.
Yeah, there was a lot of different types of stories, which was interesting. Which you don't usually get a lot of. And they were true, but yeah. All like old 1800s cases to 90s.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it was mainly interesting for how they shone a spotlight on like specific social views in Canada at various points in time. And oh boy, yeah, no, we are not better than the States in our racism at all at certain times. Apparently, I think it was in Quebec, they tried to push a bill at one point so that white women would not have to work in the same houses as Chinese workers or Chinese working men, because they were like, well, that's dangerous for her. It's like, holy shit, that is racist as fuck.
That's bad.
Yeah. You find out stuff like that, it's like, whew. Yeah, Canada's definitely more tolerant. Yeah. Fuck. Anyways, that's not really anime, but...
No, not really. That's okay, though.
Yeah. I'm so excited for Young Justice Season 3. That's totally not anime, but it's also totally anime. There's these really cool theories that would work really well. So I have made it very apparent that one of my favorite characters in DC is Tara Markov. I think I've talked about her a lot, many times. There's a theory that the Tara Markov in the show that we currently
Mhm.
we see at the end in the last episode isn't actually Terra Markov at all.
Oh,
It's actually
really?
a Martian in disguise.
Martian.
Yes, because earlier on, Miss Martian's brother is introduced kind of as a villain and they're fighting, and Martians can shapeshift.
Oh.
So they're like, oh, he wants to get revenge on her, and he says something cryptically about your friends are your weakness, so this would be a good way to infiltrate her friends to
Oh.
go after them. And then you also get like a line right before that episode where it's like, is your acquaintance up to the task? And it's like, yes. And it's like, well, we know who would be his acquaintance in this situation is here. These people are all in like a cabal together. They should know everyone. That's like, oh yeah, her brother was doing jobs for them, but wasn't technically a part of them. That would count as an acquaintance. Oh no.
Oh no.
Because it makes me interested, because that way they can do Judas Contract without actually making Tara a villain and give her a redemption story. But then, like, at first that was my thought. I was like, oh, that's so exciting. That's a cool theory. I hope it's real. Then I started thinking, wait, but if she's not Tara, where the fuck's the real Tara? What if she's dead? Oh no, I don't
Oh,
like
no.
this. I don't like this theory anymore. So,
Yeah.
waiting to see how it plays out.
Interesting.
Yes.
So,
Watch Young Justice after Gun Gale.
I almost did actually,
Ooh.
because VRV sent me an email with a 30-day trial for whatever DC's streaming thing is
DC
called.
Unlimited? Oh,
Yeah, that thing.
I
And
can't
like,
even watch it.
One of the shows they recommended was Young Justice.
It's so
Like,
good.
oh, and fan favorite cult classic, Young
Yes.
Justice.
Yes, go. Take that free
Yeah.
trial.
I might.
Go binge and then watch Gun Gale.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right.
So, yeah.
I think
Well,
that's all I have.
All right.
I can't really think of
Sweet.
anything.
All
Oh,
right. So how about?
I got salty at card games.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so I'm like about to start a match against one of the other players, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this deck or something." And he's like, "I'm like, do you have this in there?" Just kind of joking. And he's like, "No, I
Mhm.
don't." Oh wait, this other player does. It's like goes over to ask him, and he comes back and is like, or he said something like, "No, I don't have it," because he specifically made a point of saying this one card is bad. I don't have it in my Japanese deck. I don't have it in my deck. So he started playing. He's playing the series. He plays that card. I'm like, what the fuck? You said you didn't have it. I was like, oh yeah, that was my Japanese deck. This is my English one. I just look at him like, what the fuck? Like, I got so played and I got so salty at him.
Wow.
But the last time anything like that happened is when I brought the memeiest deck I owned and shit on everyone the next week in a bout of holy vengeance.
Yeah.
So next week I'm gonna shit on them. And I wrote a fic about the first time. It's a Ruby fic, so people can search it up.
Oh.
No one will understand.
Nice.
It's so niche. It's like this dumb Ruby fic that's like hella niche because it's Ruby White Schwartz.
I remember trying to read that and it made no sense to me.
I know, right? So someone from one of the Ruby Discords I'm in started like, they bought some trial decks and started like watching videos on how to play White. And I'm like, I get your fic now. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Wow.
many hits and notes does that have now? I'm curious.
Mm.
It has 7 kudos. 7 people who played Weiss have read it.
Nice. Oh, very good. Yeah, shall we get into book club then? I feel like we have some stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah. Wow. What a week.
Wow, yeah. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with Gun Parade, just because Sirius is ending, or like it's
Yeah.
over, so
Yeah, okay.
we'll save that.
Sounds good.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, I think this was maybe the best episode of Gun Parade so far.
It was.
Which, I mean, in some ways is kind of a low bar, but
If you
also it's just good.
If you showed me just this episode, I would say I would watch this show. That was good.
Yeah.
Like, the humor was alright. I love that stupid dinky reindeer.
Yeah.
The whole idea behind the episode was better than a lot of them, where they're just like, they're just gonna pine for a bit,
Mhm.
and we're just gonna have like a play in the background in filler of some mission.
Yeah. There was like they were actually pushing the romantic plotline forward instead of just like reminding everyone that it exists.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the animation in this episode was so good. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
the character animation, like they had really fluid faces, a lot of
Hmm.
different expressions. A lot of the character movement itself was very pronounced. There's a lot of times you could really tell Hayami was like heads and shoulder, like he was slumped, he was kind of defeated, he was anxious, and then Mai, of course, always her straight back. Like you could tell from their posture stuff was going on. There's like
Yeah.
the other characters, just the animation is fluid. Like when Santa and the reindeer come running up to him and running off, it was really fluid. They looked
Yeah.
like bumbling drunken idiots who weren't used to costumes.
Yeah.
There's the
cool.
scene the one girl goes like damn it and snaps, and that snap is so fluid. Again, the faces were really, really expressive. It was like the first time I feel like I could really relate to Hayami, because instead of staying like a dead fish going, they did the exact same, but you could see his eyes changing through like different variations of anxiety and like the levels of stress, and you could actually see, he's actually just really fucking anxious right now. That's why he's like this. He's not just like, because he's like blanking. It's because he's horrified. It's like there was so much more character development in this one episode than everything else, and so much of it was through the animation. It was impressive, but also weird.
Yeah.
They saved their whole budget for this one episode.
Yeah. Huh. Strange.
Like, this episode doesn't look like it's from this show. This episode looked like it's from a really good show.
Yeah. That sounds about right, yeah.
It's so funny, I'm complaining like, why won't an anime learn to stick the landing, and then Gun Parade's coming out of like some fiery barrel roll of death, and then suddenly lands and like perfectly. It's like, we did it! It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
How did this get good at the end?
Yeah, we'll have to see how they do it next week.
Oh god. Yeah, they've just stuck the landing, their hands are up. Next week we get to see if they fall over because they broke like both their legs or something on the landing.
Yeah.
It's like we're in the point where it's the waiting part where the two people have slashed across and we're about to see who actually falls over dead.
Yeah.
That said, I don't think you'll ever fix what they did with Miss Mibuya?
Mibuya?
Yeah.
Miss Mibuya.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of this show is unsalvageable no matter what they do next week, but some of it could be good still.
I'm gonna have to read that one volume of manga. I have to compare it because it's the last volume of manga.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I've still got it here. I really liked too at the very beginning in the interview, and they're like, "No, strike a pose," and Hayami just has the weirdest fucking grin, like he's so uncomfortable.
It was so good.
And I just want to put the really awkward dub laugh over it, like the weird villain laugh, like ha ha ha. Or, I forget how the fuck it goes, but
yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
just that face and that laugh, and it'd be like, "Ooh, this guy's creepy." Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually really like that whole opening segment when they like got interviewed and then were watching the interviews and everyone's like poking fun at them and they were like really embarrassed about it. It was so good and sweet, and like it felt so much more like genuine than what the rest of the show has felt like.
Yeah,
like, it felt more real.
Well, I like how they played into it too, because at the very beginning, right, they're doing the thing and they're all like, they're in the simulation, and I'm like, it's only showing like the inside of the cockpit, nothing outside for once. That's kind of weird. I wonder why. They're really explaining what they're doing more than usual as well. That's weird. I wonder why. And then it cuts to, they're being filmed by a film crew. They're going like out of their way to explain more what they're doing, so like the film crew and the people watching, it makes sense. That's actually a really smart way to do it.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. I don't know, I don't have much notes on this episode, because it's just like, yeah, this was like good.
Yeah.
The whole like the whole like teenagers don't know how to be in love, but
Yeah.
they're trying their best stuff. Like it finally worked in this episode.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
liked the fountain thing where he's finally gonna say I love you, and then just this drunken guy, I love you. It's like I don't even like you. Like there was so
Oh,
many
that was
good,
good.
weird background things like that. Like the lady who is like, oh, he's not my real boyfriend. He's just like whatever. And you just see him and his arms are waving like a wacky waving inflatable arm man in the background. And then you see them walking
Yeah.
away and his arms is still
He's still
waving
doing
like that.
That was so weird.
Or when Santa and the reindeer are spying on them with the looking glass, and all the kids are just
Yeah.
standing around them like looking at them.
Yeah.
They're like,
oh, that was
the
very good.
present, or Santa has delivered the presents. the elves have landed. Like it was so dumb. It was great.
Yeah. So many like good little details. Yeah.
And the class, because they're actually like a real military class, treating it like an actual mission when it goes wrong, and just like they're just like, oh, like they all wince in pain at his words, but like they really shouldn't be listening in at that point, I think. But like yeah,
Yeah.
they all just wince at his words and just turn off, and they're all just so defeated. It's just like, god damn it,
Oh.
these idiots, and everyone's just kind of avoiding him after. Like his
Yeah.
roommates are just like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, they're like, oh, don't want to talk to him right now. Yeah. Oh. So, yeah.
Him just having a complete breakdown at the end when he realized, oh, she was probably trying to confess to me. I'm like, oh no, you still haven't moved
Yeah.
on, have you?
Oh.
God, that poor guy, but also it's your own fucking fault. He just keeps putting his foot farther down his throat.
Oh no.
Oh, Hayami. This is like the one episode I really kind of like felt for him and Mai. Like you really like feel for them. You
Yeah.
can relate and understand. It was done so well.
Yeah. Like all the episodes before this, Hayami has just been like too bland, and Mai is like she's a little too cold. So. But now it's like, oh, it finally works.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I really think the animation was a lot of it, because with all the facial stuff they're doing, you could really see, oh, it's not that he's bland, it's that he's anxious as fuck. It just never came
Yeah.
across before. Oh, you can tell, like, Mai's being kind of standoffish, but she's still, like, kind of smiling. Like, you can tell it's kind of a defense mechanism. She's, like, got these sad smiles and stuff, like, oh, like she realizes what she's doing and trying not to. And I do have to say though, her really getting into it, well, she realized they were setting it up and goes, alright, let's go look at the jewelry. But it seems, I don't get that part. They're like trying to set them up for this date and stuff. Why would you send them to a jewelry store? Maybe that's a thing in Japan, I don't know, but no one I've ever gone to is like, yeah, we went just staring at jewelry at like some really fine fancy place and looking at
Yeah.
couples rings for a date. That's not a thing anyone I know
Yeah.
ever did.
Like,
it's
I
like
would never think of that as like a date thing, but I mean, you know, buying jewelry for each other, that's a thing. But like,
maybe it's
not as
even
a
a year,
date.
maybe it's even like just a generation thing, because like
Oh yeah.
our generation
yeah.
just kind of doesn't give a shit about jewelry because it's expensive rocks, right? Why pay for
Yeah.
expensive rocks when I could buy for expensive shiny cardboard paper and play card games or something, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like diamonds just seem like a waste of money kind of at this point.
Yeah.
Our generation doesn't care. We're destroying the diamond industry.
Oh no.
All those blood diamonds. Ooh,
Oh, how tragic.
how tragic. But maybe that's part of why it seems so off to me. That one part just seems so weird.
Yeah.
And then it seems like Hayami still hasn't figured out when they're at the restaurant. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we have to get food from here. It's like, Hayami,
It's like, oh,
Hayami, please.
we got to this fancy restaurant where there's a reservation in our name and they already have an order for us. Weird. This is the weirdest shopping trip ever.
Yeah, maybe they
Like, you
just wanted to treat us after all
Yeah.
our hard work. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, go with that.
Yeah. Good job, Hayami.
You figured it out. What a
Yeah.
genius.
But yeah, I feel like the next episode is maybe kind of predictable with what's probably gonna happen.
One of them dies after they say they love each other. Where they
Yeah,
both
probably.
die.
Yeah.
I
That's.
I was like, the whole episode, like, I really hope they don't actually confess because one of them's
Mhm.
gonna die next episode. Then they didn't confess, but the way it ended, like, he's gonna confess while dying next episode, or while she dies next episode. Shit, it's not better.
Yeah. I don't know. I am kind of split. I don't know that I think one of them's gonna die, but I don't know. I could see it happening, but I could also see it not happening.
I really wish too, once I really started getting into it, I wish there was a point this episode, it would have been a big thing if Hayami stopped calling her like Miss Shibamura and
Mhm.
just called her Mai at some point. I think that would be really big if they pushed that in.
Yeah.
Because the whole time he's still just like Miss Shibamura, Miss Shibamura,
Mhm.
Miss Shibamura. It's like,
Yeah. Like if after that turning point in the date when she realized what was going on, if she was like, "Hey, you should just call me Mai," and like
yeah,
encourage him to do it, that would have like fit in really well.
yeah.
And
Or
yeah.
like at the very beginning of the restaurant part where she's starting to ask him out, and he's like,
Mhm.
okay, Mai, and then she starts telling the story about how she had trouble moving on, and it's
Mhm.
like probably gonna say like, but I think I finally have, like,
Yeah.
or something, and then he's like, you still can't stop thinking about it. I was like, god damn it,
Oh, Hayami. Yo.
Hayami, that's, see, that, I would never even say that to someone talking like that. I'd be like, shit, that's fucking awful, I'm sorry, like, I wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
you still can't stop thinking about him, can you?
Mm.
Can't date me with that half-assed attitude. Like, clearly not how it was, but it's like, oh, Hayami.
Mm.
Hayami, what are you doing?
Yeah. So yeah, we will see next week how this goes.
Yes.
And did you watch the next episode preview at the end?
Yeah, it's
'Cause-
just like a bunch of people in front of TVs a lot, which I assume means there's
Mm.
going to be a big invasion. And it's
Yeah.
like different
There
people
was-
being like, coming up with like titles for the end episode, and they keep going, nope,
Mhm.
nope, nope.
Yeah. But there was one very quick shot that looked like it was of Mai and Ayami kissing, which is like, oh, you wouldn't put that in the episode preview. That would be,
I just kind of
Unless,
missed
like-
it. Yeah, they kiss right at the
Yeah.
beginning and then go on a mission and die.
yeah. That's the thing that makes me think one of them might get killed. Is like, oh, why would you show that in the preview if it's not going to be like the big pinnacle of the episode?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
Reminds
It's
me
weird.
reminds me of the Doom Patrol Go parody in Young Justice 3, which I mentioned before when it first came out. I finally watched that full episode. It's so dumb. It's just like singing about how they're off to go on a mission and die, and it's like, that's what I feel like this last episode's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh no. We'll see.
Just like, spell it out. D-I-E,
Mm.
D-I-E, D-I-E. Let's die. And then just quietly in the background, oh my man, yeah, we're not gonna make it. That's basically the whole team. That's what's gonna happen. The PB is gonna go wrong. The scene we saw at the very beginning of the first episode is gonna happen to them.
Oh no.
I actually think it's gonna be most. I don't know if there'll be a mission. I could see it just being all drama about her transfer that she's been offered, which, like, they just had a bunch of publicity about her, like, and her partner saying like, oh yeah, good partners, like, we're gonna do a lot, we're working together, we're doing well. And then they're like, yeah, now they want you to transfer.
Mm.
It's like, why now after she's shown up on TV? That seems suspicious.
Yeah.
If this
that
was
is weird.
earlier in the season, like this episode probably should have been, I would have suspicious vibes, and it could be turned into some interesting plot lines. But
Yeah.
like, if we just had
It's
this
too
in
late for
episode
that.
4, like where it should have been.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah. That was Gun Parade for this week, I think.
Yeah, just one more episode.
One more. Yeah.
Next week we will be doing the last episode of this, and blam,
Plan.
blam, blam, blam.
Yeah.
That'll
So,
be
yeah.
fun. But speaking of ending series,
Yeah.
we have our final episode.
Sirius the Jaeger.
So serious. I can't make that
Mm.
joke anymore.
I think that was the first time we made that joke.
Why so
was-
serious?
Yeah. I
We
think
always
that's,
made the joke like, let's get serious. But it's the same pun. It's the
yeah.
same joke and pun. It's
Yeah.
just a Batman reference now.
I don't know.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on, DC, you cowards. Batman Sirius, let's go.
Yeah.
Bring
Oh,
back
so-
Harper Row. They did in Young Justice. That makes me happy. I finally got to
Hmm.
see her in Young Justice, and she's so cool.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
can't wait for more of her next season.
Hmm.
It's the first time she's shown up in any DC stuff in like 2 years.
Oh. So, this episode of Sirius.
Mhm.
This was something.
So we hope they were saving the budget for the last episode.
Mhm.
They were not saving the budget for the last episode.
No.
There were a few
They were
neat
not.
things they did with After
Mhm.
Effects at certain points, but it was
Yeah.
overall unfortunate.
I was expecting a lot more fighting than what happened in this episode. So like all the fighting that happened ended up being really underwhelming.
He was all just
Like-
floating.
Yeah. Well, it was like at the start of it at the crashed plane when that big dude, big
Yeah,
dude
he just
vampire was there, and he just gets shot in the head. That's
yeah,
it.
we were
Like,
expecting
oh.
a big fight with him the whole time. It's like, yeah, that scene was basically like you know those memes where you just put words or stuff. You put him, it's like Sirius, and then Dorothy with the gun, just like the budget.
Oh no.
It's like
Yeah, I was like,
that whole fight was clearly cut for budget reasons
yeah, it's like
because
it
those
really seemed like they were building that to be like the Jaegers having their big
yeah,
fight
'cause they
against
didn't
that
do
dude.
fuck shit all
Yeah.
at all. None of them had a. They just they didn't have the time
Oh.
for it. I think because the episode
Yeah.
before was really fillery.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But yeah, but then also like the fight against Yeograph later on was like also seemed really underwhelming. And,
Yeah,
like,
they had
it
cool
didn't-
after effects at a few points, like the glowy limbs regenerating, but for the most part, yeah, the animation is really pathetic, and there's a lot of singular floating and stuff. There's a lot of just monologuing to kill time.
yeah. I also mean just like how it didn't feel like it mattered that they were fighting him at all.
Oh yeah, no,
'Cause
he was
just-
like dying
since he just
anyways.
fell apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks stupid as shit too.
Yeah.
He looks
It's
so
like,
dumb. I was like,
yeah, that
he
yeah, that
looks so
design was
cool.
Pretty bad.
Originally, like with the eye thing, he was looking really
Mhm.
cool, and then they were about to start the fight, and he just kind of like floated towards her while he was like pulling her, but you could see it like jump.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scenes literally he was floating a bit, then he'd suddenly be closer and then closer. Like the frames were clearly jumping. Him floating wasn't even smooth anymore. It's like, ugh.
Mm.
It's unfortunate. One of the two
Yeah.
characters that we guess would die, both of them ended up in positions where they could die, and one of them did die, so we got that right.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
now ended up with the shittiest ending of all.
Mm.
I want to be an independent girl who can look after myself and like defend myself and look after others and protect the world. I'm gonna
Yeah.
become a manager now and take after my dad because that's what
Yeah.
Yuli would have wanted. It's like what?
Oh,
What?
God, yeah. She's like,
She
oh,
doesn't even
I'm-
see him at the end. It's like, why the fuck is the Jaegers chasing? Why would she should have joined the Jaegers at the end and been the one where they get the
Yeah.
call and it's like, we have a lead on him, and they're like, we're not gonna fight him first, and then she walks in. It's like, no, we're gonna like. That's why we have to be the first to get that. Like, give her that
Mhm.
speech. Showing up
Yeah.
and they're like, huh, you're here, and she has her sword and shit. That
Mhm.
would have been a great ending for her.
Oh,
Because her whole
my
thing is
God.
she wants to be independent. She wants to be like a strong, independent character. And then she's just like,
mhm.
that was wrong of me. That was selfish. I shouldn't be. And it's like, that's such
Yeah.
a dirty way to end a character like that.
God,
Just like,
that sucks.
yeah, Japanese women shouldn't be independent after all, huh? That's our moral from this story.
Yeah.
And like,
it's-
I'm sorry, Shinzo Abe, I gotta lend it to you. This isn't gonna make people have more babies. You didn't even have them
Mm.
have sex at the end. You didn't even have them kiss.
mm,
Where was the emotional payoff for the relationship? There was none. There's like this
Yeah.
scene where you see her like look like she's Norse, and you're like, oh, is Yuli gonna be there? No, it's just some old man. It's like Yuli's fucked off with one of the vampire girls who's just like, please save
Yeah.
us, it's okay. And she's like complete 180 personality. She doesn't seem to be upset at
Mm.
all her sister's dead or anything. It's just like, what the fuck is this? This is a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm. The one
watch the
thing
first half of Sirius and then stop. That's how you watch Sirius, because the first half is great.
Yeah.
The first half is so
the
good.
one of the things I liked about this episode though was when Graf like kind of revealed his betrayal,
Hmm.
and he was like threatening that one girl vampire. I thought like they did a really good job of making me like sympathize with her and
Yeah.
being like, oh, she is like actually terrified of him and
Mhm.
is like,
It's like you're
it's like
still.
I find it. I think
Yeah.
it was kind of believable that she would like switch sides after that. With
Yeah,
how that
it's
went
just
down.
the fact that her personality completely changed afterwards
Yeah.
too, and the fact that like they didn't do anything with her grieving over her twin sister, like.
Yeah, that was weird. It was, but like, yeah, that one scene was like pretty good. But then when she came back later, it was like, what is happening now?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
yeah. That even that one scene was kind of ruined for me, because again, that's where he was like dragging her towards him, and he started
Mhm.
floating towards her, and that's where it had like the really jerky animation. It was,
Mm.
and it's like, I'm now like the ultra god thing, and then Yulu's just cutting him up with the weapon that he's not even used to, when he struggled against the
Yeah.
other vampires before, but apparently this guy's just a chump. Like,
Yeah.
just gets his limbs cut off left and right. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it wasn't very
It
good.
was. Also, I was expecting him to have some like serious powers of like super werewolf mode or whatever.
Yeah, no, he just
Like,
sort of
nope, nothing.
regrew his limbs a few
Just-
times, and his body
Oh,
couldn't
no.
handle it.
Oh no, I was thinking of Yuli. I thought he was
Oh,
gonna go
yeah, no, yeah.
super mode. Like
He
he didn't
just
even do the
went
eye
normal.
glowy
He's
thing.
just like, no, I'm just gonna
he just
cut
swung a
you
sword
up.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why have I not used the sword this whole time? Why was I using that chain staff thing? Holy fuck, this is so
Yeah.
much easier to cut them up with.
Like, oh, wow, this is so much easier. Oh, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
what a messy
This
last
sh-
episode. I'm so disappointed. I
Yeah.
keep picking these shows that have great starts, and then we're like, at the end, it's like, like every time, like Hokago and like Pleiades, it's like, this is great. These characters seem really cool and gay. Oh no, it's just Yuri baiting. It's really straight. That was still an okay. They've like progressively gotten worse, I feel, at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if this is better or worse than why am I forgetting its name? The one with Jack the Reaper. Nobunagan.
Oh, Nobunaga.
Because
Oh,
like
God.
Nobunagan at least was still fun in the end, and the animation was still good and stuff. It was just that one like, oh yeah, it's all Yuri bait in the end. Look at this kiss, they love each other when clearly they don't, and you haven't shown it. But it also kind of makes up for it with just fucking Florence Nightingale being Jack the Ripper. It's the
Oh,
dumbest fucking thing. I love it. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
this might have been the worst so far. It's like, I need to find something that actually ends good, and that's hard.
That is, especially when we don't know anything
No,
about these shows.
we just don't know.
Mm.
Or it's like I do know too much about the shows, so it's hard for me to pick them too, right? Like,
Mhm.
I would love to
Yeah.
do Fire Force, but I already know what happens in
Oh,
Fire Force,
yeah.
right? Like, even to a degree, I knew it was happening. Well, when we did the one where we did know it wasn't that bad, but
Mhm.
it does feel a bit like, well, if I know too much about it, it gets a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
True.
it's really hard not to spoil stuff, especially for something
Yes.
I've read like 14, 15 volumes of, because I just know so much going on. There's some really cool stuff going on later.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
do have an anime planned out for our next season already. So
Oh, I think I do as well. I
alright.
think. We'll find out about that next week, though.
Yeah, I mean we can probably say them at the end of this week if we've already gotten them decided, but and then
Yeah,
just do it
maybe.
again next week.
Yeah.
we've still got like we're on to an hour yet, and I don't have anything else to say about Sirius except
Oh no.
watch the first half, don't watch the second. The opening grew on me by the end of the series. I liked it a lot more.
It's like it was okay. It was kind of nothing special.
Yeah, you liked it first. I ruined it for you.
Yeah.
That's that. My problem was mainly it didn't fit the opening at all. But I stopped paying attention while I was on in the background, just listening to the song by itself. It's like, yeah, no, this is a pretty okay song. This is all right.
Yeah.
They didn't copy their other songs for once. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like halfway through this season, I was like, it's Netflix, so it has the little skip opening button. Like, okay, I'll go ahead and click that. Save myself 90 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the opening is fine. It's fine, but yeah, nothing special. I also skipped the Gun Parade opening. I didn't like that song too much.
Yeah, I would just let them go in the background while doing other stuff. I really liked I actually really liked the Gun Parade opening because it's like makes me really nostalgic for early 2000s mecha anime. Songs from that time.
I think I like it kind of as a song, but I didn't like it for Gun Parade because it didn't.
Oh yeah, no.
Feel like it fit the show.
Yeah, not at all. But again, I just didn't pay attention while I was playing.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed the song for a bit, then went in.
Yeah.
I really liked the insert song though in this episode. They had the one when they started going on their date montage.
Oh, for Gun Parade, yes. Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
I felt it fit the sort of theme and feel of the episode a lot. Two people out on the town having like this kind of romantic 90s love song kind of playing thing. But yeah, so next week we're doing the last episode of Gun Parade. And we're doing Blam, which can be found on Netflix. Yeah, Blam, Tsutomu Nihei, which I think there's only like it's the 6 days until both seasons of Knights of Sidonia is taken off Netflix. So if you want to catch it, they'll probably show up on High Dive immediately after because Sentai does do the release for all Polygon stuff now. They have...
Interesting.
Like, they did the deluxe edition Blu-rays with them, I believe. So they'll probably show up there very soon afterwards.
Okay. Well, that'll be good, hopefully.
Yeah, I need to watch those already. I need to get the manga now that those master editions are coming out for them. And then I need to pick up Opossums too.
Apparently I have watched both seasons of Knights of Sidonia. I did not... I know I watched the first season. I don't remember the second one though.
All I know about it from A Sister's All You Need, they reference it because they're talking about how far the author who's obsessed with Little Sisters is like, I'm trying to figure out how far you can take it where the author will still like the character despite them being completely unlikable and inhuman and not Little Sister at all just because of the fact that they're a little sister. And they're listing like little sisters that are kind of grotesque, and they're like, the one from Knights of Sidonia is like a tentacle monster, which is like a bunch of tentacles. I'm like, okay, apparently there's a tentacle little sister in this series. Good to know.
Yeah, that show gets weird.
It's Tsutomu Nihei. It would be worrying if it didn't.
Yeah. Oh, God, I kind of want to rewatch that show now. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Apparently there's a third season in development.
Ooh, neat.
Not yet announced for when it'll be out, though. Great.
Yeah, because I think I remember everyone's like, it didn't finish the series, but the manga's been done for a while.
Oh my God, season 2 is 2015.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
That's been a minute, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they, instead of doing season 3, they did the Blam movie instead.
And yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, and are probably going back to it. Yeah, probably they were like, well, the master editions are going to come out. We're going to wait for those to come out before doing season 3.
Maybe.
Or they're probably now doing season 3 because they're like, we're going to do Opossums next, but we need to let the manga get far enough ahead, so we're going to do season 3 of this, finish this, then do a season of Opossums. I could see that happening if it sells well. Tsutomu Nihei's works get a lot of adaptations, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
true.
I'm excited for.
Hey, yeah. He does good weird stuff. So I'm here for it.
Alright, so the anime
So.
I've chosen for next year,
Oh,
or next
okay.
season,
Yeah.
Kyoso Giga.
Oh.
I've talked about doing it
Kyosuke.
a few times. My brother
think
got
I
it for
have
me
too.
for my birthday on Blu-ray. I watched, I think,
Oh.
an episode of the ONA or an episode of the series, but I can't remember which, years ago when it first came out. The Blu-ray has all 11 episodes plus the ONA series, but it doesn't say how many episodes the ONA is. So I'm gonna check that out because I don't know if we would want to do I think we'd do the ONA second,
Yeah.
because I think they're two adaptations of the same thing, slightly different. But depending on how long the ONA is, that would probably fill in where episode 12 and 13 would be, because it's only 11 for the OVAs.
Okay.
Depending,
Yeah.
I'll see. And I believe, yeah, the Sentai Filmworks, this should be on High Dive.
Okay. I will.
Wait, is that
I will
Sentai
check.
Filmworks? That says like Filmworks ADA. What?
Mm.
Toei
Oh, it's on
Discotheque.
Crunchyroll. Kyosuke is on Crunchyroll.
It said Filmworks.
If-
I thought it was Sentai. It doesn't look like it's Sentai.
Hmm.
Who the heck put this out? Who the heck?
It says the
Publishes.
Crunchyroll page says the publisher is Toei.
Yeah, Toei and Discotheque. Okay.
Okay. But yeah,
This is-
there's and
Yeah.
Crunchyroll has an episode 0 and an episode 10.5. So
Yeah, there's an
whatever those are.
episode 5.5 and 10.5, but I don't think those are the ONA. That episode 0 is probably part of the ONA, or it might be all the episodes thrown together. Who knows?
yeah, there's a page on Mal that says the Kyosuke TV recap is a recap of episode 0 and also of 10.5. Also, episode 5.5 is live action.
What is this?
The
What
voice
have we
actors
got?
visit-
What are we getting into here?
Voice actors visit the spots in Koto that are the model for Kyoso Giga and give a detailed introduction to the motifs and episodes that inspired the show.
Okay, I
Is
watched the first ONA, which was 25 minutes.
Okay.
And then there was a second ONA in 2012 I hadn't watched, which is 5 episodes at 10 minutes each. So yeah, we can do
Oh,
those for
okay.
the 2 end episodes. Or should we do
Interesting.
the first ONA first, then go into a regular TV show, then do the second one at the end, maybe? Or do we
I don't-
do we do 12 episodes by throwing in episode 5.5 for that live action? Goodness.
Well, who can say? I don't
Why
know.
is this series so... This is why we kept putting off actually watching it. It's a
Yeah.
mess. It's like, what is this? So what I'm thinking, we watch
yeah.
12 episodes with the 5.5 because it's the live action.
Because I need to know.
Yeah. Or it's the live action... Did it say it was just the voice actors visiting parts and it wasn't actually like plot relevant at all?
Yeah, it sounds like it's just
Okay,
voice
then-
actors talking about the show.
We can just
We
maybe
don't really need
watch
to watch
that
that.
optionally and talk about it in the end. So yeah, we'll do the 11 episodes and then yeah, the 2 ONAs. I think we'll do the first ONA first though. The first episode ONA maybe before the show.
Okay. I will have to find that. It doesn't look like Crunchyroll has that.
2011
I can-
one.
I can find that.
It is on the Blu-ray.
Okay.
So,
I'll acquire that.
alright.
Oh wait, the 2011 one might be episode 0.
Yeah, I think that's what it
maybe.
is. That's why I
Okay,
think we
that's-
should
that's on
watch it
Crunchyroll
first
then.
if it's episode 0,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's the 5-part one from 2012. That is not on Crunchyroll, but
We'll
I wonder
find
what
that
that
for
even
episode 13.
is. Yeah.
I think it's like just a shorter version of what the season is, maybe, but maybe slightly
Huh.
different. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like it. Like from the one sentence synopsis on Mao, it kind of sounds like it might be just a very short version of the main plot.
Which is possible.
Or
Oh
some
yeah,
part of it.
wait, what? I don't think.
It's weird.
Yeah, because the main episode. This is all 11 episodes plus the ONA, but Kyosa Giga on Mal is 10 episodes. So yeah, the first OVA,
Yeah.
the first ONA has to be episode 0, which they're putting as 1 to 11 on here, and then the ONA on here has to just be the 5 episodes separate. Why did they do this way?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is weirdly organized, but also it seems like the production of this was weird
yeah.
with all
Well,
these different ONAs and then a
there's
series
just.
later. And,
But when you see the animation, you understand why it was worth it. Let me play some of
mm,
this
yeah,
promotional
I'll pull
video.
up the trailer.
Yeah. Like it has really cool stylistic anime.
Yeah, I mean, just the thumbnails on the episodes looks cool. It looks like Nobunaga. Oh no.
Oh no, don't. I always thought the style looked a lot like Summer Wars, like in animation studio style.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Just looking through this trailer.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah, I'm into this. I like it. I bet that Blu-ray is gonna look real good.
Let's hope it sticks to the landing.
Oh, hopefully.
Find out.
We will. So yeah. So yeah. The show I am thinking about, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do. But I was thinking we'd watch number 6.
That sounds familiar. Is that the prison one? Oh no, that's the B one. Okay.
The B one?
Oh, it'll make sense. I know a few spoilers from this, but I haven't actually watched it myself. It was just a very popular series for male ships at one point on Tumblr,
Yeah,
and there are many B memes.
Hmm.
Bees.
The reason I picked it is because I heard it's like actually really queer.
Yeah.
Like it isn't just people shipping it. It's like actually
like there was a reason people shipped it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
but yeah.
So yeah, that's the show. I think gonna do that one.
All right. That's cool. I've actually wanted to watch it for a long time, but
Yeah,
just never got around to it.
It's like been on the short list of things for the podcast for a while now.
Yeah. These are two
finally
that have
around
been
to
on the short list for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Finally getting around to it.
Yeah, maybe we should have just gone around to them earlier than some of our last shows.
Maybe.
Chaika? No, Chaika is alright.
Oh, yeah, Chaika was okay.
Chaika's okay.
That thing. We ended up with a lot of like okay shows.
Yeah, almost all the shows are like okay. Oh yeah, what was our final rating for Sirius? We didn't talk about that. I gave it a 6. I had it like a 9 for the first half, and I was like, if they stick the landing, it's a 10. And then the last half came by, I'm like, it's a 6 now. I had it still at like an 8 until that ending.
Yeah, I had originally had it as a 7, but I think I'm gonna lower it to a 6. I think you're right there.
If it was only 1 or 2 episodes going bad, it would have been more redeemable. But it's the entire second half. It's like like basically the first half is like a solid 10, and then the second half is like not even close. And it doesn't matter how good the first half is when the second half just ruins it all, and that's what you're thinking of when you end it. So it just ends up being, I give the first half a 10 and the second half a 6.
Yeah. 10 is a bit high, but yeah. Like, God, yeah, the way all the Jaeger characters just get nothing in the end. They disappear for multiple episodes, and when they come back, they get to do nothing.
I know, it's so different. Dorothea got to blow one guy's head off. Yeah.
And then like Ryoko just gets an awful end to her arc. Oh God.
Her entire ending just completely shits on her whole character.
Oh, it's really bad.
You can tell the authors have views about independent females.
Yeah.
Independent Japanese females. It's okay for Dorothea, because she's exotic and brown.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you can tell there's some of that going on in there.
Yeah, probably.
It's unfortunate, but it's how it is.
So yeah, I guess that'll about do it for us this week then, I think.
Yeah. I don't think I have much else.
Yeah, so yeah, that'll do it for this episode of Shenanimegans. We'll be back next week, probably.
With the finale of Gun Parade March. I'll hopefully remember to read that manga. and
all right, yeah.
Blam,
Yeah.
which
And, yeah.
yeah, you can watch on High Dive and Netflix. Blam is on Netflix, I believe, and Gun Parade,
Yeah,
of
Gun
course, is
Parade.
still on High Dive. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you can catch us next week at twitch.tv/Sasam. Or you can catch the VODs at shenanimegans.moe/ shenanimegans.moe to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there, and we'll catch up eventually, I promise.
Eventually, maybe in
Yeah.
like another 3 weeks, because
Oh no.
this is the hell month. It's begun.
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, and you can join our Discord if you want to come and yell at us about anime. shenanimegans.moe/Discord. And you can follow us on Twitter at that lastly and at SaySomeBots.
Please at me if you write any Gun Gale fanfics. There's not enough. Please write some
Yes.
and then send them to me on Twitter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
In advance.
Do that. Definitely. So yeah. Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah. Okay. We did it.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week.